You already know it is. Your boy Big Nutty, aka Nicky Cage, 4 in the way the podcast with special guest, Mr. Tewhan Butler, aka Massacre.
Top of the AM, big bro. How you make it out, man?
Top of the top. I'm hanging in there. How you?
I'm cooling, bro. I'm cooling, bro. Just taking it one day at a time, man. You know, promoting this 4 in the way the podcast, man. You know, trying to introduce to the world, from the brothers that, you know, we've been through trials and tribulations that, you know, overcame and readapted to life and what society has to offer nowadays.
Absolutely.
I definitely, most importantly, need the input on a few different things, a few different topics for the youth, man, because the youth right now is like kind of running in their own different directions with no understanding. And I know for a fact that it would be very beneficial for them to hear it from brothers like yourself, more so like yourself, because, you know, you have more of a powerful impact in life with a lot of different trials and tribulations.
No doubt. I'm open to it, man.
I appreciate you, big bro. I appreciate you, man. Now, for the listeners and viewers that's watching 4 in the way the podcast, who do we have the privilege of speaking with?
My name is Tewhan Butler. You know, in the streets, they know me as Massacre. I come from East Orange, New Jersey. I'm formerly the leader of the Double I Blood. You know, on the East Coast, we've been around since '93. I just came home recently from serving a 23-year bid in the feds and a 30-year racketeering sentence. You know, I've been around the globe. I've been around the world. I've traveled the scenes. I've been in the streets. You know, permanently I'm changing my life. So when I ask you who they have the privilege of speaking with, that's exactly who I am.
That part. And by the way, listeners and viewers, great brother right here, great brother with tremendously valuable jewels to drop. So make sure you guys pay attention. Now, the second question I got, what was your most powerful impacted experience in life? Like, you know, what brought you to where you at mentally today?
I think that, you know, growing up in the streets, you know, you tap in with your people, you know, you have a certain degree of love for your people, and so you extend yourself, and your people extend themselves back into you, and so you grow this bond, you grow this love, and throughout our journey on the streets, that's really what it was about for us, right? Loving on each other as brothers and sisters. But I think that the most impactful moment for me was my sentencing date at federal time, right? I stood before the judge, and one thing she said to me was that, you know, you come in here every day, you know, you dress properly, you know, you articulate yourself well, and I can see that you had such a high degree of influence. However, you use your influence for the wrong reasons. And at this time, I had 18 co-defendants, and she was saying to me that, you know, you said that you love these guys, you care for these guys, but yet and still, I think that is your influence that led these 18 men to be standing beside you to where as though now they all going to prison. So it was rough for me to face that reality and come to terms with the fact that I did have a certain degree of influence. I could have promoted certain things. I could have spoke about things differently. I could have been a greater example, and yet I chose to utilize the means that I felt were most meaningful and actually ended up being negative. And it wasn't just me going to prison, it was 18 others. So having to come to terms with that and see that, you know, the words that I spoke or the actions that I took, you know, it negatively impacted other guys. And so when I had to see that for what that was, it made me in that moment want to change and start to give the people something better, you know, to where they didn't end up in situations and circumstances like that.
Right. That's deep, man. And you know, like, you know, from your standpoint now, from your current standpoint, make sure you address everything that you have going on, the mass unity, switch the books, everything off.
No doubt. Well, currently I have a clothing line, I have a website, Mass Unity. You can tap into my link. You can tap into the link in my bio on Instagram, America's_Massacre. The clothing line again is Mass Unity. I have 2 books out, which are memoirs, America's Massacre Part 1, The Audacity of Despair and the Message of Hope, and then Part 2 is America's Massacre, Surviving Mass Incarceration.
Okay. And I definitely I have the first one personally, man, and that's deep and dope. And if you know what I'm saying. And I think, bro, I really think that what you're pushing out is great to society. It's definitely needed nowadays, man, because in the midst of your absence, it's just been a lot of craziness in society. This the world when you see things in the world. So when I hear from you after serving so much time and, coming back as a rehabilitated man with high education and high goals, on maintaining stability and focusness, man, I just want to give you your flowers now. You know what I mean? No problem, bro. No problem, man. And that's just, it's greatness, man. It's greatness. It's greatness in the making, man. And I got one more thing for you before we slide on out of here. If you got some advice that could be very useful in today's society, what would that be?
Lock in, man. Know what you want out of life and aim towards that. Don't let nobody pull you off course. Don't allow yourself to get sidetracked. Start to understand that the things that you want and you need live within yourself. Stop seeking external validation. You can never make everybody happy. But as long as you can look yourself in the mirror in the morning and the end of the night and be proud of what you see, then you're doing the right thing. Let's get more into more of a collective mentality. Let's do away with the separation. Let's do away with the division, which again is why I'm pumping the mass unity. And understand that every day is not going to be a good day. But knowing that you got to go through something to get to something, and you should be appreciative of the struggles and the hardships that we go through. Trial and tribulation breeds character, and so continue going, man, moving on. As hard as it gets, the better you get. And so that's the words that I got for the people, man. Let's stick together, let's unify, and let's put something out here so the kids, man, can come together and see that we are the example in which they need to follow.
That part right there, mass unity. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Follow every link he put out there. Make sure you stay in tune. Support. Most importantly, pay attention. We need each other. Mass unity.
No doubt.
Signing off, it's your boy, Big Nutty, a.k.a. Nicky Cage, Far Away and Nowhere podcast. Big bro, it's always a pleasure hearing your voice, man, and getting your knowledge, man. And I appreciate you for joining. You already. I get with you.
All right, no doubt.